This is going to be an unrehearsed, unedited, unpracticed live video. I'm going to be relamping a Puratron 800 air purifier from the 1960s. I'm also going to show that the original lamps are working, and the original lamps will be available providing the new lamps work properly, because I don't like the smell that the original lamps put out, and I wanted to try the new lamps. And this will especially be for Spats, because he's got the single version of this, where this one is actually two of them bolted together, and the silver stripe hides the seam. So there's actually two Puratrons here, and I'm going to be replacing the original Puratron lamps with these GTL3s that I got 6 of them, about $3 a piece, from a seller on eBay that's selling them. These are also germicidal lamps, but they're modern, whereas I have some fears of the safety of the old style ones, and possibly that's why you can't buy them anymore. So I'm going to set the camera down. I'm actually going to open up the bottom of the unit first, show the original lamps in operation for proof that they do work. And like I said, these lamps are for sale. I think a reasonable offer, because I know you can't buy them anymore. They were actually discontinued, as far as I know, at least going back as far as 1980. They couldn't get them anymore, and that's why when I was a kid I was given one of these, and I think I just put Christmas bulbs in it, and then later on I put speakers in it, and of course it got eventually junked, and I grew up, and okay, got the shields off. I take the filters out. The filters are just furnace filters, really, so I'll just buy one furnace filter at Home Depot, and I could probably make like 20 of these new ones. It's the original Puratron lamps. I'm going to turn it on and look away, because I looked at them once before and it hurt my eyes. There you can see all 6 of the bulbs are operating. You should never look at these bulbs. Okay. So I didn't want them to get hot either. And for a size comparison of these, the modern equivalent, quite a bit different in size. This is the new style, and this is the old style. Filaments are very similar though. I'm going to put one in first and try it. This is what the one website recommended as a replacement for this unit, and I guess Spats Bears done that. So yeah, they look very similar. Okay. Of course, with my big old clumsy hands, it's very difficult to do this. When relamping one of these units, you probably want to obviously make sure the bulbs have been off for a while, so they're not hot. Now, these produce an ozone smell similar to a photocopier. in a store called Napa Auto Parts. They have one of those big modern ones of these, and it produces the exact same smell as this one. It smells kind of like a photocopier. Well, one bulb's kind of hard to get in there because it's behind the leg. And you may find if you're doing this, you may have to like bend the sockets around a little bit and reposition them. Looks like that's what I had to do with this one. These aren't as thick, and you probably want to move them closer to the furnace filter anyway, so you can bend them towards the furnace filter. Now these are normally $7 a piece, but this one seller had them for like $3 and something cents. So I thought it was a golden opportunity to relamp this thing, because otherwise it would cost a fortune. Obviously this ain't going to get used during the summertime. That would be kind of pointless because the windows are open, but in the wintertime it may be useful. These are actually lamps that are used in some humidifiers to keep the water from getting mildew in it. So they're meant to be operated in an enclosed device like this where you can't see the bulbs. If this were made today, there'd be a safety switch to stop you from running it with the covers off. Bear with me, I got 2 more to go. Nice thing is they're a drop-in replacement. There's no modifications to the unit whatsoever. Outside of, because this one is behind here, I just grabbed the socket and went like this and I bent them all over a little bit so they're a little closer to the filter. Same here, all 6 lamps are installed, and here goes. All 6 lamps are operating, and there you have it. Now because the filter's not in, you can see the light through the blower housing. And they smell very similar to the other ones, but not as strong. So this is going to conclude this video on relamping a vintage Puratron air purifier. There's several different models that use this configuration by Puratron and by some other manufacturers that use lamps. And these original lamps are not available, but the GTL3 is a direct drop-in replacement equivalent. I believe these are 3 watts, if I'm not mistaken, and the replacements are 3 watts. So there you have it. The relamping and the Puratron air purifier. If you're interested in these bulbs, PM me. I'll take a reasonable offer for all 6 of them. I'll wrap them in bubble wrap although I would recommend you just use the modern bulbs, then they're always replaceable. But there you have it, the Puratron ultraviolet air purifier.